Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Hey, good, JJ. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us. How have you seen you guys practice this weekend? Coming off that big win from last week.
Well, I tell you what, we had a lot to work on, and our kids responded well. We didn't have a very good tackling week last week, and that was our focus this week is our tackling. And then with the offense we're going to see this week, we also focused on making sure we just get lined up as fast as possible and make sure our eyes are on our keys and communicate. So they had a great week. Actually, this Titan data that Coach Traylor has, talks about, I'm sure he's talked about it with you guys, and Philo does. We actually had two of our better practices on Tuesday and Wednesday than we've had all year on a Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're excited what we can do.
On the tackling at this point of the season, is that more mental or is it physical? A combination of both?
I think it's a combination of both. We got to be smart. We know we're late in the season. We know some guys' bodies are worn down. So maybe we're doing more tackling on sleds, tackling more dummies instead of tackling people. What we try to do on scout team is focus more just wrapping up and thudding up better, being under control. We've got some guys that are violent. I believe we're a violent defense, and we are guys that run to the ball and play hard. The problem is I think a lot of them, they like to just hit people instead of tackle. And so I think that was the biggest problem last week. We just had too many guys trying to hit with their shoulders and not wrapping up. So we've made it a big focus this week.
Coach, are you guys approaching this like it's your last game of the season? Does that change the mentality at all as you go through this week?
It doesn't, Greg. We're just trying. Coach Traylor's on us. He's on us about just win the day. And that's what our kids have tried to focus on. I think the biggest thing, if anything is different, I think it's kind of, it's a senior day. And so we're just trying to make sure we give these seniors a chance to go out with a great game, playing our best, doing everything we can for them. And that's probably been more the focus than anything else.
Well, that's an equally interesting dynamic because a lot of those guys could come back if they want. So has that changed sort of how they've gone through this week or what you've seen from them mentally?
No, it really hadn't. We haven't really brought up that up much or talked about that much. I tell you what, and I know it's cliche, it's coach talk. I can't sit here and say it isn't. But Coach Traylor he's done a great job of guys, just focus on the day, win the day. And our kids have bought into it. There's been a little talk about it. I can't say it's been non-existent, but for the most part, man, these guys are just, hey, let's get to work and let's play North Texas.
Does anything change in terms of game planning, maybe pulling out all the stops or some kind of exotic look you might have been saving that you can go to this week?
No, shoot, we just going to keep being who we be, keep playing hard. And, there's nothing different. I think the only get more plays, put guys in stressful situations lining up and make sure their eyes are right.
How about Trevor Hermanson's play last week? What did you make of what he brought to the table for you guys?
Unbelievable, man. I thought that kid played his best game. I don't necessarily coach that position or grade it, but I talked to Coach Williams, who he sits in on those meetings, and, Coach Brown, who's kind of taken over that spot. Those guys, I said, man, listen, man, that guy played his best game from my eyes. However you guys graded, you graded. But let me tell you, that sucker made some big plays. Had two key stops, and then he had that stop on the fake field goal. So unbelievable game by him. I'm excited to see if he can build on that this week, and I think he will.
Coach Traylor said he was just different, but he couldn't really sort of pinpoint where or how. Is there anything that stands out to you that changed, that took him to a higher level?
I don't know. Not really. He played a great game, but he's really, Greg, he's been itching on one. He's been so close in so many games to have kind of a breakout game. He might have missed a play here, missed a play there that would have maybe changed kind of how we looked at him in certain big games. But boy, I tell you what, last week that sucker showed up and he played well. I promise you that.
What stands out about North Texas's offense in particular? How do you evaluate that group?
Speed with how fast they snap the ball, and speed with their skill players and quarterback and run backs. Speed. They're good. They're a good offense. It's a good challenge. I think our kids are excited about it, but they got guys that can run, and they snap that ball. Boy, I tell you what, you can always tell when you watch the video. You'll see that referee kind of backing up, and as he's backing up, they're snapping that ball right as he passes that quarterback. So when they snap it that quick, that's quick.
Is it possible to prepare for that tempo on the practice field, or is that just something that you can't really replicate? You'll have to see it once we get to Saturday.
No, we've done a good job. Our scout team this week, and I told Coach Traylor every day, that scout team did about the best job they've done for us all week. Coach Williams, Jarvion Williams, our GA, who runs that scout team, he did a great job of kind of putting plays together, and then they had their tempo plays where the kids knew what they were going to do, and they would just line up and go. Now, we couldn't do it all practice, but within each series or each set, we had tempo plays in there. So he did a great job of getting that simulated. And then Coach Traylor was awesome in letting us go some tempo versus our own offense just to kind of see the speed of it. So that's kind of what we've done. I feel like we've prepared about as well as we could have.
Okay, anything else for Coach Loepp? All right, thanks everyone.
Got it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
JJ,
Thanks,
great. You guys have a good one. Birds up, baby. Birds up.